All right. We're live on the chase, not the chase in the cats. I don't know, man. God, dog, you live on Life Lessons Unplugged. So, Life Lessons Unplugged. I want to make sure we live here so we can share it in the group. Uh, want y'all to say like it. Y'all can also share it in the group as well. So this is Life Lessons Unplugged.
Bridging generations through conversation.
Bridging generations through conversation. Man, we got some hot things that we're gonna talk about today. I just want to make sure I share the link in the group. Make sure we go. We got the live here, so I can share it in the group. I'm trying to see this. Edit. No, not that one. No, to up. No, not that one.
To the left 3 times.
Yeah, go no to the right.
Not that.
That one. Yeah, right there. That one.
Yeah.
Must have unclicked. Yeah. Click save. All right, let's make sure. All right, let me make sure we're live here. Can you hear us good, Johnny? All right, let me make sure we make sure copy it in the group so they'll know in the group. Make sure we are live. All right, for those that are in the event and you wanted to see where it's at, it's actually in the event now, so you can click on it and it'll show that it's live now. I was getting a couple texts about that. So it is in the group. All right. Got all the technical stuff out the way. Put this right here. All right. So we ready to rock and roll. Woo. You ready? Man, golly. Okay. So y'all, we are live right here doing this podcast. So my daughter actually came up with this podcast so we can kind of bridge conversations through generations. Um, and so what we're going to talk about, first thing we're going to talk about, of course, is heard some stuff, and I know Johnny may have some input on this as well about little Ronnie and his daughter. Man, that's like the worst thing probably that you could imagine to happen is, you getting killed at the same time, or even knowing that your daughter is over there or something in the car. You know what I'm saying? And you probably thinking about your life and also thinking about her life. Uh, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we just I don't know if it was a black person that done it, another black person that done it or not. It's still stuff that's coming out about that. But what's your thoughts on that? I know you hadn't really researched it a lot, but what's your thoughts?
My initial thoughts is that I just hope the community has ways or resources that gets them through the trauma of hearing about a situation like that, because it does hit so close to home to so many father-daughter, even parent-child relationships. So I would just hope that we have enough resources to heal our community through this.
Yeah, because it's definitely. I heard. I think it was his grandmother that was on the. His grandmama was on the not on the article, but on the news,
Mm.
and she was just like, man, I don't know why they did this to my baby. He was a good guy, and all of this, and so, I know it's always trauma that comes with it. I even heard saw Twisted Black post, because I didn't know he had wrote some stuff actually for Twisted Black and everything. And you being a DJ, Johnny, what you think about it, man?
Uh, man, you got to be careful. Uh, your content. You got to be careful with your content. Got to be
Yeah,
careful with what you put out there.
you can switch to you too. I want them to see you.
Okay.
I want them to see you.
Shoot, I don't know if they can hear me or not. Oh, okay. You got to be careful with the content you put out, man. I'll keep saying over and over again, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So, you just got to be careful, man, when you put that stuff out there. He got some pretty graphic stuff as far as his content, as far as his videos. A lot of guns. A lot of gun talk, a lot of murder talk, stuff like that. You just got to really be careful with that because it ain't entertainment for everybody.
Yeah,
We like to look at it as entertainment, but unfortunately, it's not entertainment for everybody. So you got to keep that in mind, especially when you start having kids and stuff like that. You
true.
really got to think about being around for that child. You got to think about your child's safety. You got to think about you being around for that child. So, I just hope that people are become more mindful of their surroundings, who they hanging out with, who they beefing with.
Yeah,
It's like you got to be mindful, man. It's you want to stick around, and you definitely don't want to be in a situation where you and your kid get took out or whatever. You never want to put your kid in harm's way. And I'm sure he didn't mean to put his kid in harm's way,
right.
but
Yeah,
you,
just came along with the territory.
right,
Like,
right,
yeah,
right. So you just have to think ahead. I tell my kids all the time, man, think ahead and think about the consequences of everything you do has consequences, good or bad. It has consequences, and consider that before you make your move. So I just hope that some of these YNs out here, I know that's a long shot, but I just hope some of them.
yeah. Me too, man. And and I know, I heard some people saying they was gonna retaliate. Find out who it is. First of all, they got to find out who it is, and they're gonna, retaliate and all that. And all that plays a big part in everything as well. Because then now, yeah, the cycle continue. It was a trip because I saw I don't know if y'all remember the Tales from the Hood. You probably don't remember that. You probably too young for that. Cause they had a Tales from the Crypt.
I wasn't allowed to watch it. I
But
remember
yeah,
it.
but Tales, yeah, yeah, Tales from the Hood was a whole nother. It was similar to uh, black on black crime. It also had a whole bunch of race. It had racism in there. It was just talking about how a lot of people are in a society against the black man, the black family, you know what I'm saying, in all kind of ways. So we have so much stuff to deal with. I hate that we have to deal with the black on top of everything. Um, and kind of like echo what Johnny said, I hope we just have a chance to make better decisions. And we all, well, I can't say we all, I definitely, when I was in the streets, I used to, man, I was like, I do not want this to happen because you wasn't born yet.
No.
Yeah, but little Derek,
Yeah, my brother was
yeah,
exposed to that, like,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, partly, yeah, for a while he was. He say he still remember. I don't know. He talking about.
He might. He would have to
He's
ask
so
him.
funny, but yeah, he say he remember driving in the in the different cars that we had and all this stuff. So and then just being in that life, man, you got to be really you got to be really careful and really mindful, stuff
So
like
did
that.
having him make him, or how long did it take after having him make you want to change that lifestyle that you live?
It really he wasn't the factor of that, which is strange to say.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, yeah, real interesting because he wasn't a factor. It was, of course, I had him when I was 17, going on 18. So, uh, my gift to myself, even my graduation. I hadn't even graduated. My graduation present to myself was to get my own place, and so uh, that didn't change. So even through all that trauma, getting it's amazing how you can be so desensitized because even through that trauma of getting robbed, people plotting to kill me, plotting to kill my family, because I don't know if I ever told you, but uh one time, look, somebody came in and robbed me.
While they
You,
were there, while
yeah,
your
this,
brother was
yeah, my brother was there, and they put the gun to my head, then put the gun to son, which is my my mother's little Derek's mother, and they put the gun to his head, like they put the gun to his head, and I was so, you know what I'm saying, I still was so deluded that I'm just like, I guess we finna see what this about. You know what I'm
so
saying?
that wasn't even a turning point, or did that play a part in that?
That
Didn't even.
played a part, but it wasn't
Okay,
a turning point.
that still wasn't.
No, because you just go from that to rage. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Like I can't
okay.
believe somebody gonna try to
Yeah,
test. You
now,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Test me like that. And then I had some hitters at that time. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, oh no, we ain't finna. So yeah, it was just.
so you understand then how someone like Little Ronnie can end up in this situation, and it was just by the grace of God for you that the outcome was different. But in his situation, it just that's how bad it can get
Oh
when
yeah, it can get back real
yeah,
quick
yeah, and
because in it you gonna automatically have some type of enemies. And
mm,
even in doing business, you're gonna automatically have some type of bad business, good business. You're gonna have some investments that you thought was gonna turn out right. It didn't turn out right. People get mad. You know what I'm saying? They like, nah, I don't play about my money. You know what I'm saying? And then they, all kind of stuff. And then you got haters. You just got people out there that just
like hey, yeah,
yeah, and they just want to jack you. They want to take you for your stuff. And so they don't want to work for it. They job to work is to jack you to get it.
right.
So I definitely can understand the mindset, but I was able to come out of what really was a deterrence to me is it really started getting uh, troublesome. It's like it started getting real troublesome, man.
It
It
wasn't
was
just easy money no more. It was like,
nah, it started becoming real work. Even though like and the game was good to me, I ain't gonna lie. It was good to me. To be able to wake up and be wherever you want to be, do whatever you want
right.
to do. You 17, 18, 19 years old, you can do whatever. So I understand the delusion that it gives you a fake sense of peace.
Especially when you're not used to having that much
Ah, you
freedom.
ain't used to having that
Yeah,
much freedom and that money. You like, oh no, I need to, uh but I also say this though. Some of the greatest businessmen are people that done came from the street because
right.
the same principles that you got to use to become a businessman is the same principle that you got to use in the streets. You got to understand territory. You got to understand supply and demand. You got to be able to re-up. It's a whole bunch of stuff. You can't just frivolously spend your money. You still got to be able to put back so you can invest in the next thing. So it's a lot that go to play in that. So uh, uh, I remember I came up with a movement a long time ago called Switch the Product. I may need to go back to that. It's called Switch the Product. It's
Yeah,
just switching up the product. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was the next thing I was going to ask. Would you be able to advise other YNs, I guess what they call today?
YNs.
Yeah, that's the
Oh yeah.
version of what you were back then.
Oh, you put me on game. What a YN?
Why ain't
YN,
young nigga?
Oh, a young.
I'm young nigga. You can say it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, young nigga. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What
okay.
y'all call back then? No, not hot boys. You was a bit older than that. You was like,
No,
YGs.
why?
oh,
YG.
Yeah,
okay, YG.
yeah. And I give people. That's why sometimes Johnny Wimby will get on here and he'll call me Pup
Look, right, right.
because that was my name because I hung around a lot of older people and they
Okay.
was considered to be dogs. And they was like, nigga,
Ah,
you too young, even though
you ain't
yeah, you ain't no dog, you a pup. So they
nothing.
gave me the name Young Pup.
Okay.
And some of those cats we was running, and it's so delusional, man. Even though it's at the time you can feel so excited about it, you know what I'm saying? It
Being a
feels
part
so
of something and then profitable.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the only thing though, I never got into the Crips and the Bloods and all of that because I was about making money.
Right.
And so I couldn't make. You can't have no, Crips said
limiting
Blood.
your
Yeah,
market.
that's limiting my market. So for me, I was like, nah, I can't have. Now the only thing though, I never forget, and then we can move on. Um, I never forget one time my phone was blowing up. And it was this dude, he was blowing. I was like, man, hello. He was like, man, what you doing up there off of Berry, man? And I was like, man, just chilling, man. Say, man, I was gonna shoot that place up, man. I saw you up there, man. Say, man, you gotta stay away from places like.
Wow.
And he was a Crip, but I wasn't no blood.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just hanging over there, or I may be on the south side. I may be doing whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that was the only thing. So, but once he put me on, he was an older cat, even though he still was in. He put me on game. He was like, man, you just can't.
Just can't be out and about.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't
I
do
like
it.
that.
You got to change. You got to change a whole bunch of stuff about it. Yeah. You got to change up a whole bunch about that. That kind of lead us into what we're going to be talking about. Actually, the progression of life, and the balancing of life and everything. And I know that's and if y'all logging in and y'all got a question, you got a comment, you got something you want to say about it, definitely let us know. We can actually we can see your question, we can see your comments there. If you got something that you want to just address or something, just let us know. We'll see it pop up. If not, then Johnny will let us know as well. So what are some of the challenges that you have in just regular progression of life?
One goal being able to know to continue to go to the next one. So never get too complacent. It'll be my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
I'll accomplish something. I'm like, oh yay, I'm good right here.
Yeah.
It's like, no, let's get to the next thing. So that's my biggest challenge.
Yeah, it's being complete, and a lot of times that's a lot of people challenge really, and then fear.
Right.
Fear of the unknown. Would actually it can be challenging, and I don't care how old you get. Hey, what's up? I see y'all. Hey, family. I don't care how old you get. That's always a challenge not to get complacent. You know what I'm saying? And not to say, well, I'm here, I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Uh, but I always say you gotta have somewhere to go. If you don't know where you're going, then you'll never get there.
You used a good word. You said fear because I maybe even need to correct it. I don't think I lack the motivation, but I do sometimes have fear of the next step or fear how to accomplish the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to know where you're going so you're not scared to
Right.
take that next step. So that's right.
Yeah. And it's almost like I compare it to like being in water or knowing how to swim.
Right.
You only as scared because you don't understand the dynamics of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But
know.
once you start getting into, you be like, oh, swimming ain't that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Ain't that bad, and then you like, I'm playing all in it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this because you become comfortable in it. Now I'm not saying you really get used to the struggle, but you do get used to that fear and operating above that fear.
Right.
But just like the water that I'm telling you about and learning how to swim, that's how life is. You have to learn how to maneuver through and have some tactics. And that's one of the things that I feel like I don't look at it I don't like to use the word fail,
Right.
but I do want to use the word not as productive in your life is because I should have gave you more tools.
Yeah.
Practical tools. See, now I'm learning tools, and at the same time,
I do think you equip me with the most powerful tool, the
okay,
spiritual tool.
yeah,
So I think giving me a relationship or showing me that I can have a relationship with God or a higher power, people like to tussle on that. That was what I needed. If I wasn't going to have any other tool from you, at least that spiritual one was strong enough, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And see now, because I was doing a financial literacy class, and that's Oh, that's Christy. Hey,
Yeah.
that's Christy. What's
That's
up,
family
family?
for real.
Yeah, that's family. I'm just noticing the thing. Y'all think I like that being up there, Johnny? um, uh, so the progression of it, it can be fearful. It can be scary a little bit. But the whole thing, one of the things is, as well, is having practical things. So having a financial freedom account. Like, and a lot of us don't even have a financial freedom account because money can play a big part of, not being able to be progressive as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
No,
it's
it
like,
can.
And so
Money buy. They say it can't buy happiness, but it's close as you want to think you can get. I mean,
get real close to it.
Real close.
And that's why we strive for that. But in that, you got to make sure that it's still a balance.
Right.
I would say one of the things for me, as far as elevating, is always learning and then implementing what I've learned. So that becomes challenging because in the field that I'm in, technology is never ceasing. Never ceasing. It just keeps growing and growing. You know what I'm saying? And it's good in a way, but then because life is the same way, but you got to continue to progress.
Do you think you ever got into pockets of your field where you felt like you knew enough for that season? You didn't need to learn anything new or didn't need to?
I've never gotten a place where I felt like I didn't need to know anything new.
Okay.
But I did get comfortable.
Okay.
But as soon as you get comfortable,
yeah,
somebody else is coming along. And that's in relationship. That's in everything,
that
So as soon as you get comfortable, then it switches up on you. At
true.
first, me and Johnny, we installed, me and Johnny been installing cameras and all of this for years. And then we put people on, you need to get a PTZ camera. You need to get this. And they people like, oh, we don't know. So the only thing about being progressive is some people don't know. They haven't experienced it. So therefore they're a little reluctant to take it.
Right.
And so that's how the brain works the same way. The brain is for protection. That's why we'll have fear. So part of your brain is say, no, don't do this. This for protect yourself. Right. Don't invest this. Don't do this. Don't go here. Don't do this, because your brain will click and say protection versus going into the deep,
Right.
I guess we're going to go real quick, see if anybody got, like I said, if you have any questions, you got any comments, make sure you let us know. We're going to go to a real quick break. And then, like I said, if you have any questions, you got any comments, then just definitely let us know.
Am I the only one that didn't know how transformative sound can be? Why are there not more people talking about how crucial audio quality is for any space? I remember the day I walked into a church, filled with hope and expectation, only to be met with echoes and muffled sounds. The pastor's voice struggled to reach the back rows and the congregation was lost in a sea of confusion. That's when it hit me. Sound is the soul of any gathering place. Every club, school, and hotel deserves clarity and connection. Yet so many buildings suffer from poor audio-visual integration. With DS Sounds, we ensure high-quality equipment is installed seamlessly before the walls even go up. We save you time and money so you can focus on what truly matters, creating a space where voices are heard and spirits are lifted. Let's transform your venue into a masterpiece of sound together. Because when sound is right, everything else falls into place.
This your girl Brandy B, and I'm here with my Set Life Studios, and I'm about to do a verse for you guys. It's called It's On Go. Check me out on Instagram, Brandy Bugatti, on all platforms. Let's go. Yeah. Brandy B with the bars. Every nigga want a real bitch like me. Every nigga gon' feel this. Who pop what up? I ain't saying shit. Real niggas get it. I put the jacket on cause that bitch really fitted. The realest he ever know. He not the first to admit it. The low you do right or wrong. Real one, I'm committed. And don't forget it. When I hit the lit, then I split it. The phone you bought for me was never rented. The sex I get to you is explicit. You perpetrate to these hoes, but you loyal to me. You love me for free. Her love cost a fee. You know it's meant to be. Emulate you and me. They'll be talking about our love for many centuries. About this chemistry, about this history. If they playing with you, then they playing with me. And since I'm rhyme for you and you rhyme for me, when you pop them two, then I pop the three. Baby, it's a go. Baby, it's a go. Baby, it's a go. Whatever you wanna do. Baby, it's a go. I'm right here for you. Baby, it's a go. I'm riding for you. Baby, it's a go. Baby, it's a go. Baby, it's a go. Whatever you wanna do. Baby, it's a go. I'm right here for you. Baby, it's a go. I'm riding for you. Shout out to my boy Derek Simmons. He's behind that camera. Shout out to Missy Lee for allowing me to indulge in this dope experience. I had a blast. And you know what? Everybody out there, you should come check this spot out. If you're an artist, if you you do reality shows, you do podcasts, you do content creating, this is the place for you. Like it was the place for me. Okay, now come up in here and show me out, which I doubt you probably couldn't. Okay? Yeah.
Let Them See You Sweat is a powerful diversity, equity, and inclusion narrative that chronicles my journey as a Black woman navigating and overcoming barriers in the workplace and in society. This book not only explores critical issues of workplace discrimination and personal resilience, but also offers actionable guidance for readers looking to foster inclusive environments. #DEI. I am diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I earned it. Equitably was not always given to me. B-Bird.
All right. We're back, man. I hope y'all was able to see some of the stuff that was going on. But once again, if you got a question, you got a comment or anything about what we're talking about, or you just had a question about something that you would ask your father or something you would want to ask your daughter, because a lot of people tell me, man, I can't believe you and your daughter just open like that,
anything.
and can talk about it, So what are some of the things that I know we was talking about progression? What is some of the things that you would definitely like to progress and see yourself doing?
I definitely have a few aspirations, but since I am a licensed real estate agent, I would like to see myself progress in that field. I like to progress with my degree. I'm a junior, so I'll be finishing that soon. But also go a step further and get certified in different areas of expertise in my field of accounting and finance. And also just maintaining motherhood and being as best as that as I can be.
Oh, no, that's a whole nother topic, whole nother challenge. So if you progressing in motherhood, or you saying I want to progress, one thing I would say is give him, I can't say him, give him what you knew you needed and even more.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's definitely the financial structure is really important. And they'll pick it up quicker than you will sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
So what are some pieces, especially in the financial area, that you wish you would have taught me that you can tell me now?
Okay. One of the financial structures that I would say is you got to have not just one pillar. You got to have 5, they call it 5 wheels. And I'm giving out parts of my book. Yeah. But you got to have 5 wheels. And it's like 5 accounts that you got to set up, and you got to practice. You got to practice this, and this is some good stuff for. I normally charge people. They all live, but this is what we're doing here. So you would normally have 5 wheels. One of them is your financial freedom account. This is something that you got to teach them. It's a financial freedom account, and this account here, you don't touch it unless it's passive income. So you don't, unless you creating a passive income business. And you may say, well, what's a passive income business? I'm gonna just throw it out there, see if you know.
So for me?
Yeah, what's a passive? What would you think is a passive income business?
Ebooks.
Ebooks is, that's a good one, because it's something that you create one time, but it continue to make money like that, and it's not as much stuff that you would have to do. Public storage, you don't have to have that. Rapping is always good because you're getting residuals, you're getting royalties if you that. So one of your first legs that you have to teach him is a financial freedom account, and that financial freedom account is 10% before you do anything for anybody else. You pay that 10% to yourself, and you put that into an account, and that's called a financial freedom account.
Okay.
That'll be one thing, but that's to develop a passive income.
Oh, right.
So that's your, what they call your golden egg.
Right.
And there was a story back in the day that a dude was like, he was, old ancient story. He was like, man, I got this goose, and this goose is producing an egg, a golden egg. And I can only sell it for $500, but it's only producing one a day. So he had a big idea to kill a goose and open him up and get all of it.
Try to get everything.
Try to get it out. You can't speed up the process sometimes.
You have to let that golden egg develop.
You gotta let it develop. And that show long-term, your long-term freedom.
Right.
Because it's a difference between being financially free and rich.
Oh yeah, right.
So you can be rich and not financially free, because you still got all your bills, you still got all this other stuff that you got to do. But if you have your financial freedom, then you can have that. You can say, well, what do it take for me to live and not have to really work or have to do too much work, to have a passive income? Well, then you begin to say, I'm going to use that passive income. What is this dollar amount? And you set that dollar amount, and then you start structuring stuff. So you have to give it to him. I don't care if it's $1. Give him $1 a week, $2 a week, and say, here's your jaws. Here's your financial freedom. Here's your financial freedom thing, Mars. Because that's how other cultures get ahead of us, because we're not taught that. Right. Think about right now, if you would have 10% of everything that you done earned since you've been living.
That would be nice.
You'll have a good golden, you know what I'm saying? You have a good golden nest egg, because now you have that. So it's things like that we have to really go in and teach and show, progression, because we haven't been taught that to really, of course we've been taught pay your tithes, give it to God first or whatever. God done already bless you. Yeah, we're going to get to that, because you do have that on account, and I believe in that as well, So you got your financial freedom account. You got a question about the passive income. So anything passive. That's why I told you I'm working on my book. I'm doing other stuff, even like when I set up my streaming accounts, I set it up one time and they pay me residual, and so, and it's monthly, and it's less maintenance that you have to do. So you want a financial freedom account. So passive income, that's one thing. Anything else on that one?
No questions. It makes sense.
No question. Another one is, and if y'all have questions online, y'all can ask as well. We just talking about progression financially as well. So you're giving that 10%. Then you have a 10%. Because I know people gonna ask me about that. What about giving your tithes and offering? You got a 10% of your income that needs to go to your tithes, your offering, or giving, however your charity, whatever your beliefs is. You got to give it away. Now, this ain't something that you can hold.
Right.
You got to give it away, because it's a law of reciprocity. You're going to give it, it's going to come back. It's a law. It's a universal law. So if you try to fight against these laws, then what we do is we fight against the laws and not abide by the laws. Then it has a way of fighting against us.
Right.
And Even Kevin Gates said, well, you know, you go against one law, you're activating another law.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you just activating these laws.
Right.
And so in that you got your account that you're giving. I don't care who you give it to. Just
some 501c3, a stranger, or
strangers, just give it away.
family member, whatever you got to do.
And a lot of people, first thing they say, man, I ain't got enough to be giving nothing away. You ain't got enough not to give it away.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's certain laws and principles that we got to abide by. The third one is your necessity account.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have your necessity. You want to keep that in between 50 to 55% of your income.
Okay.
50 to 55%. So when it come in, you got 50 to 55% of your income. A lot of us be like, man, I can't live off that. Well, we're going to have to simplify our life, or you're going to have to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Simple. A lot of times we're above our means because we want to live this lavish lifestyle and we ain't got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to do that yet. That's not on your 50 to 55%. That's your car note, that's your insurance, that's everything. Your 50 to 55%, you gotta have that.
Right.
Okay, so now you got that 50, you got that
10,
and you got the other 10. That's 80.
70.
Oh, 70. You got then this 80 right here is a blow account.
Mm-hmm.
You put 10% of it and you blow it. You do whatever you want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, and this key to this is you gotta give it away. You gotta give it, not necessarily charity or nothing like that. You gotta give it away every month.
Mm-hmm.
Every month, unless it's a big long-term thing, you gotta give it away every month. The fifth wheel is your long-term investments.
Mm-hmm.
So say even if you want to, and you're giving away, you can do your trips and all that out of that giveaway as well. Your fifth one is your long-term investments. And they don't have to necessarily be passive income. It could just be investments that you're going to make that have to do with your learning.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take another 10% and say
20.
Huh?
20.
10.
Okay.
You got 50.
Mm-hmm.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 50.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you got 50 to 55.
Uh-huh.
Depending on how you working your thing. Then you got your financial freedom.
10%.
10%. So you got these 40. You got this 50. You got that 40. And then the last one is your blow account. You got your investments.
Uh-huh.
And then you got your blow account. Now I'm including them into the same one. So it's really 6 if you break it down. But I'm including that last one.
Okay.
I hope that ain't confusing you.
I'm not confused at all.
You're not confused? Okay. All right. But you have to have your, well, it's kind of 6, but it's really 5 because that blow account, you want to blow it.
Right.
You want to blow it and that's easy to do.
Very easy. In this society, blowing is easy until they have another blackout.
Yeah. So progression. So stuff like that, you want to make sure you teach him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of progression.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He'll be able to learn that. He loves numbers, math, and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's easy for him to pick up on.
And then emotionally, it's the same. It's the same way. But as you start putting yourself first and putting yourself first, then everything will start kind of coming into play. You know,
right.
What you need to do for you.
You'll prioritize.
Yeah, prioritize. Yeah. So what other questions do you have about progression?
What's your next steps in progression? And progressing in life.
My next step in progression is really it's kind of like what Matthew Knowles says, my faith to action ratio.
Okay.
To close that gap.
Okay.
So everything I know to do.
Okay, right. Everything you believe to do.
Yeah. Well, everything I believe, do it.
Yeah.
Prove
That's
it.
big. That
you know what I'm saying? Prove it. So this is my thing because I already know I'm finna be a multi-millionaire.
Right.
Yeah, I'm finna be, debt free, no issues whatsoever, because of the principles.
Right.
And you got to be strategic. So my goal now is to be totally strategic on everything that I'm doing. And I'm older now, so I can see it from a retrospectual look, and be like,
Right.
this
Look
is
at past experiences,
yeah,
past life. Yeah.
yeah. And I still do some stuff, man. I did something this weekend. Well, but I still do some stupid stuff, man. That be
I
like,
mean, I do too.
yeah, still.
So it's good to know that I'll be looking at 50.
No, I'm not saying no,
Oh.
no. We want to be better. You want to be better than that. You want to learn. So a lot of people say experience is the best teacher,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. Experience don't have to be the best teacher.
Okay. That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
learn from me. I know you can learn from Johnny. Johnny done did a whole bunch. Johnny done did a whole bunch of stuff. You can't learn from me. Learn from Johnny mistakes.
Learn.
Yeah, learn.
That's the key thing to progression,
Yeah,
right? You would say
Yeah, progression is
is
learning.
learning, right?
It's learning.
It's the only way, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so would you say you would have chosen to learn what you've learned if you hadn't had those uncomfortable moments? You know how some people say if they had a silver spoon or if life was easier, they wouldn't have reached what they did.
It's something about being in a uncomfortable situation that makes
Mm.
you want to learn.
Could never see it again or something like
Yeah,
that.
be
Yeah.
like, and now I don't like that. I'm trying to master that as well.
Yeah.
I want to develop while I'm on top. I want to still
Yeah.
develop, versus having to go through a low spot.
Yeah, bumping your head
Yeah,
to
bump your
learn not
head.
to bump
Yeah,
your head
learn
again.
not to bump your
Yeah,
head.
that
So
makes sense.
yeah, so I'm getting into a place now that I'm like, let me think. Let me think before.
Mm.
Let me think before then.
Mhm.
I want to be in a place where I can at least see 7 years ahead.
Right.
So I want to be able to see 7 years at least.
Of your of your
Yes.
life.
Yeah, of my life and other people's lives as well. I want
Right.
to see at least 7 years. Because I got people coming to me and say, hey man, I want you to mentor me. I want you to do this.
Right.
And I definitely got something to offer.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot
You
of
know what I'm saying?
skills.
I can take you there, and where I can't take you, I can drop you off.
At least.
To somebody that can. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That
Very
can.
resourceful.
Yeah, that can take you. So, fear will grip you, man. It'll really
Mhm.
grip your mind. So you gotta tell it. So one little key that I use. Why you looking at me like that?
Because I know what you're about to say. I was speaking something. I know what you're gonna say, and that's nothing but confirmation. But please say it.
I hope this is. I don't know.
Let's
But
see.
one of the keys that I use for overcoming fear is, because you're gonna have that voice, is I tell her, thank you for that information.
Mm.
I say thank you for that information, but I'm not gonna follow that. Because your mind, I don't care what you do, your mind is gonna it's in protection mode.
Yeah.
No, don't invest that, Derek. No, don't do that. That sounds stupid. Don't
So
do
you
no.
speak to yourself.
Yeah, you speak to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to do no. Yeah, it seems crazy to do affirmations.
Uh-huh.
Put your hand over your thing. I'm a millionaire.
Right.
Put your hand here. I'm a millionaire mindset. But you got to continue to do that until you really believe.
Johnny was just telling us it's power in the tongue. It's even power in the tongue to yourself. And people think of that as outward all the time, but that goes inward as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to continue to speak
Mm-hmm.
until not only do you believe it, until your belief lines up with your life. So manifesting that is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Manifesting, making the unknown and making the invisible visible.
Right.
And you do that by speaking it and doing it.
Right.
So that keeps you in a level of progression.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, you can't do that, oh yeah, I can do it.
I already told myself I can.
Yeah. And
I
then
already told the fear I can. So.
Surrounding yourself with people that is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Camp QYB. Camp QYB. I go there and y'all can look it up. It's Camp QYB or Camp Quit Your Bitching. It's in Bridgeport, and this is such a big project. And man, it just being around people of that magnitude, it makes your mind start thinking like,
as you see what's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in progression of that, and then it allows you to do that as well. Before we end, we're gonna take a real quick thing. Let Johnny say what he got going on this weekend. I know it don't change much, Johnny, but we want you to let the people know. And for y'all that got a question, you got a comment, you got something you want to add, then definitely let us know. And just to right before Johnny come on, kids pick it up quick. Like Mars will eat it up. This will put him. I'm telling you, this kind of stuff will put him totally in head of the game.
Yeah. I'll get him
Yeah,
started now.
yeah,
Of
it'll get
course.
him. It'll get him started, get him ahead of the game because he start making those, and you'll start seeing, okay, how do these people think like this? You know what I'm saying? How they
They
own
get it
these?
early
They
enough
get it
where
early
it's
enough.
second nature.
Sucking nature, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, Johnny, tell us what you got going on.
All right, man. It's a pretty easy week this week because first of all, my wife's birthday is on Thursday. So
Oh man,
Ooh, happy
happy
birthday.
birthday, man. We're gonna have to turn up for.
I have turned up for it. I'm glad too because that's gonna cost me. So I ain't gotta turn up that much. That's half the price. But on Wednesday, we out of West Jacks, 1708 8th Street in Fort Worth over there in the hospital district. R&B night. You know, no trap, no twerk. We just doing R&B. We sitting back, we chilling with our sticks and our brown liquor. And from 8 to 12, that's how we gonna do it on Wednesday night. Thursday night, we over at Blitz. We doing karaoke and whatever else. I'm there from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So it might be a turn up. We might be chilling, but the only thing that I know is going to be constant is somebody going to sing some karaoke. Friday, taking that off. Like I said, I got the wife's birthday, so I don't know what we're going to. Well, probably do Eddie V's. I'll do Eddie V's. That's all my pockets can take.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
That's all my pockets can take. Saturday, I'm gonna be over at Live Wicks, man. I'm doing a comedy show over at Live Wicks. Haven't been over there in a while, so it's gonna be cool to be back over there in that environment, man. It's a comedy show. Welcome to come out. Admission is $25. We got headlining. Dexter Givens is headlining over there. We got like Sequina over there. Vanity the comedian, she's gonna do a set. It's like 4 or 5 comedians over there, but it's gonna be real nice. They got food over there. Cash bar over there. So, you know, if you want to follow through, It'll be a Live Wicks. The doors open at 7 o'clock. And that's all it is for me this week. It's going to be a light week.
Wow. Okay, man. Yeah, you're going to have to keep me posted on that, man. See what you're doing for your wife, man. They said, okay, I found you. Okay, found y'all. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you mean you found us? You couldn't find us on Facebook. I don't know.
I remember that name though. She was on last week.
Yeah, she's visited before, so maybe she just was looking for us.
Looking for the. Okay, yeah, and it's always in the group. I try to put it in the group as well. We did start a little late. Had some little technical difficulties, but we started a little late. But we definitely we here now. So thank you for logging in and being here with us. I have some other people also. For those that are sharing it, liking it, I want you to go to the YouTube as well. I want you to like it. I want you to share it, tell people about it. I mean, we just bridging generations through conversations. That's what we really trying to do here, and even progression in because everybody, man, it's one thing that's gonna be consistent in everyone's life. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. You're going to go through this.
Mm.
And that's death.
Oh, yes. That's for sure.
Death.
Everybody got to deal with it.
Everybody got to deal with this. Some kind of, from your mother to your father to your brother, your sister, your cousin, uncle. So your mental health is very important. Mm-hmm. So if you was giving somebody advice, and we're talking about progression in life, just different parts of progression in life, how to deal with that.
How to deal with being able to progress in life after you experience a traumatic event like death.
Yeah.
It's tough. There's going to be a lot of days where you don't want to get out of the bed. There's going to be a lot of days where you don't understand why this person is gone and how you're supposed to keep going. But you have to find your why. You have to find your reason and focus on it. Zone in on it and get tunnel vision on that reason that you can find or grasp to get out of bed, whether it's a job, a new recipe, whatever it is, a new food you like. Don't get crazy on that. Your back gonna be big, but yeah, just find a why to keep you pushing.
Yeah, Definitely, I definitely agree with that. Why? And like I said, if you got a question, you got a comment, y'all can go ahead and add that as well. Your why is definitely is solid. Gotta
Mm.
it has to be it has to be real solid because that's your foundation of
Mm.
everything. And a lot of people don't know that it's normally like 6 or 7 layers to your why.
Right.
You just keep asking yourself why. So you say, I want, this really hurt. Well, why it hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't affect them the same way. Why does that matter to you so much?
Right.
And you keep asking yourself why until you get to the bottom level. And a lot of times you get about to level 4 or 5, maybe 5 or 6, you get emotional because you're just like,
You
golly,
finding
man.
the source,
You
getting to the
find the
deeper
source
root.
like I'm really like this, because we go through different things, but we have to be able to continue to progress and move. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't deal with grief because they think something wrong with thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and certain things will trigger you, and you still got to go through it.
Yeah.
Like you probably don't notice, but it's not a week go by I don't think about your mother
I can't. I mean, yeah. I'm not
because
surprised.
of the years and the time that we spent. But see, I can embrace that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even my dad, I can embrace that and be like, well, what can I learn from this?
Mm.
What do I need to learn from this? I don't want this to stagnate me
Right.
because and that's what we talking about progression. Because a lot of things can stagnate you in life, but I want us to continue to be progressive, mentally healthy, and stuff that you don't even know that you need you got to go get, like, even if you don't know you need counseling.
Right.
But if you was climbing a mountain, we can't get to that top unless we take little steps by step by step by step. You see what I'm saying? So even if you don't know exactly what you need, if you're obedient to little stuff, and this is a law, this is what I'm saying. Universal principles, I'm starting to love, like, this is the best time of my life, really.
Mm.
And why? Because it's on me and I'm understanding. I'd rather for it to be in my court than I have to listen and learn from somebody else or from experience. When I
Mm.
can learn and listen and be like, you know what? I understand. It's on me.
Mm.
If I don't do it, I don't get the results.
Right. Nobody's fault but mine.
Nobody fault for mine. I was thinking about that the other day.
I
That
say it
thought.
every day. Almost every day. I'm saying,
What?
if I get to the pearly gate, it's nobody's fault but mine
Yeah.
every time.
Nobody fault for mine. That was a rap song for y'all that don't know.
Mm.
I used to rap back in the day. I used to rap, and it said, if it said nobody fall but mine. It said Jesus preached, and I don't receive him. Later on, found out I needed him.
Nobody's fault but
And
mine.
if I hustle every day and still die broke and took this life as a joke, it's
Nobody's fault but
and
mine.
if I hustle every day and still what man, I gotta remember
Yeah.
this, and if I had a dream but didn't follow after it, man, it's a trip. But now I ain't the one to be claiming I got it all together. But my spirit is tougher than leather. I'm like, God, I declare the end from the beginning. In the middle is Lucifer tricks to keep you sinning. Now, I don't have no excuses. Always man up. Face Leviathan head up. Put cords around his neck and face him like a dump truck. Yeah, that's what's up. Because in Jehovah I trust. Anointed plus blessed. I want to go through the front door. First class like he not. Walk with God, he didn't stop. They say stop, drop, and roll when you on fire. Life is not all about pleasure. Quench that desire. Fell off. Listen to my words. It'll take you higher than the kite. You thought you high. I forgot. I don't
Nah,
care.
hey, no, it's
But
good. You gotta play. Y'all
yeah,
we gotta get that
but,
to him.
huh? Yeah. You get the concept. You get the concept, man. But
Yeah.
yeah. So it's nobody's fault but yours when you're going through this. You really got to be able to look in that mirror and be like, hey, I need to.
Yeah.
Johnny talking about Lil Wayne. I think we got a comment there. Let's see what we got there. What it say, Johnny?
Say, channel the grief and use it as motivation because our loved ones will want to see us move on. Trust they're still in the spiritual realm. Take them with you.
They are.
They are.
She talks to me all the time. She
Oh, yeah.
plays me songs. They are with you. They guide you. Yeah, that is very true.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, and they will. I mean, they hear the God you live. And that's why they be talking about your ancestors.
For
Being
sure.
here, with your ancestors, knowing what to do, how to do, and it being in tune with it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know,
be tapped in. That's
being
another
in tune with
frequency.
the greatest gift I found of all, and then we're gonna get ready to close out. Man, that time be flying by.
Yeah.
Is beginning to trust yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it before, but as you make so many bad, and I'm using a bad lightly because everybody don't look at it as
It's
bad.
not bad.
It's not bad,
Just
but a
learning.
different decision,
Mm-hmm.
a learning process. You lose trust in yourself and your decision making.
Mm-hmm.
So once you start having a guideline, then it's easier to be able to say, hey, this is what I'm striving for. I got a guideline. I got these financial freedom accounts. I got these different things set up. So now this is my almost like your Bible for your life. You know what I'm saying? You got something to strive for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So through the grief or through whatever, people be like, man, how you keep going?
Mm-hmm.
You know what makes you keep, man, I don't care what it is. Oh, man, I'll be looking like, hey, this is just the obstacle.
Yeah.
I'm overcome, and we can,
Yeah.
overcome, So uh that would be my advice. Just keep being progressive in life, no matter what challenges, come.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else would you say in
Uh,
in in the progression? And then we're gonna close. Are your closing remarks about the progression?
so yeah, to wrap everything up, I would start off with saying make sure you know your resources, like you said, keep resourceful things and people around you so that you're always learning and seeing new experiences. Then also stay focused and tunnel vision on what you want out of life, even after something traumatic as death happens. Just make sure you stay focused on what your why is.
Yeah. Um, I would say, and you can remove that comment, Johnny, up there. Yeah. I would say mine is don't be afraid to put yourself first.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Don't, in progression, don't be afraid to say, I'm doing this for me.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you can't help yourself, then you're not going to be able to, in a place to even help others.
Right.
Why I can give back now and we can talk comfortably because I'm at peace with who I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing, and embracing my uniqueness and saying, hey, this is who I am,
Yeah.
and not afraid for that, not afraid to say, hey, I don't know, but I can figure that out. We can learn it, we can grow, we can do, even in relationships, you gotta have that goal. You gotta have somewhere to say, this is where I'm going. And
Right.
I would venture out to say, I don't know. Now, I haven't pulled the stats on it, but I would probably venture out to say 60% of us don't get to where we're going because we don't know where we're going.
Mm.
We haven't made a conscious decision to say, this is where I'm going.
Right.
Like, it took me a while to be able to even embrace that I wanted to be a multimillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
What does that consist of? But now that I know where I'm going, I'm like, man, I can't hang around these. I can't do this.
Yeah, gotta put on that tunnel vision.
Yeah, I can't.
Focus on
I
that.
can't. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
can't. I can't. I got to get back in this. I got to get mentally conditioned, financial conditioned. I got to get conditioned if I want to be. What does this look? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What does this look like? Versus just, it's a difference with just saying, oh, I'm gonna have this. What?
Yeah.
How? That's why a lot of men, and we'll talk about this later. That's why a lot of women don't submit. Because dudes don't know where they're going. They don't. They don't have a clear vision to say, "I'm going here." It's easy to say, "Follow me," because I'm going here, and you got to have that for your life. For your life, you got to be like, "This is what I want," and not afraid to say, "Hey, guess what? Maybe it changed. I want to be an engineer, but it changed. Now I want to be this." You know what I'm saying? But you gotta embrace your decision making. So that will be my last thing, y'all, to really embrace who you are. It's life lessons. Uh,
Bridging generations to conversation.
so you got any closing things you want to say, Johnny? Johnny say no, he good. He good today. Thank y'all once again for logging in. What I want y'all to do as well, if you got a business, or if you know someone that has a business that needs to share their business, let us know, because we want to network with them. We got some things that's coming to My Set Life Studios Plus that we're going to do. It's going to be a live studio audience. We want y'all to be able to support it. So go to My Set Life Studios Plus. Also, I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube if you like it. If you don't like it, we want to hear your comments. We want to hear what you got going on. What do you say about it? What do you think about it? And once again, you're on Life Lessons Unplugged.
Bridging generations through conversation.
Thank y'all for tuning in.